Hello there, I'm Richard Osman. What a week we are having on House of Games. Our four famous faces all battling it out to win the House of Games trophy. And we've had 3 different winners in 3 days. Let's meet our players this week. They are Lou Sanders, the Reverend Richard Coles, Dr. Maggie Aderin-Pocock, and Stuart Maconie. Welcome one, welcome all. Lou, you're the only one who hasn't won one yet.
Yeah.
But we all would... Actually, these 3 wouldn't. I would like 4 winners in 4 days.
They would. I think they would love to win one.
I don't think they would.
Unless they're saying it because they think there's absolutely no chance that I will, so that they can appear to be nice.
I think it's possible.
Yeah,
I think it's possible. I'd love you to win one. The British public would love you to win one.
Thank you.
That'd be nice. Richard.
I'd love her to win one.
Thank you.
All of them.
Yeah, you'd rather win, though. You'd rather win the trophy. I had you and Stuart Maconie looking at the trophy beforehand going, I want this.
Yeah.
No, we were looking at it and saying, that is the nastiest, cheapest trophy we've ever seen outside of an under-9s football match.
And yet you still wanted it.
I wanted a bit.
I don't mind saying I want it.
Yeah,
I want it more than I've ever wanted anything.
That's good. See, that's what we want. Finally, and that's the only bit that's going to be edited into the start of this show. Maggie, let's take a look at the leaderboard, shall we, at the end of 3 days. You won yesterday. Very impressive. Lou, you are in a very steady 4th place, 4 points. Maggie has 7, Stuart and Richard have 10 each. So Stuart won on Monday, Richard won on Tuesday. Maggie, you won yesterday. Stuart, shall we take a little look at the prizes you could win?
Yes.
There is the lovely onesie there. There's the fondue set, alarm clock, a wash bag, House of Games wash bag, and a memory stick.
Memory stick.
What do you think you go for, Stuart?
Fondue set.
Got to be fondue.
Absolutely no question.
Every day
and
of the
if
week,
I don't
right?
get it, I will buy it off whoever wins it.
Maggie, what would you go for?
Fondue set.
Fondue. Reverend?
It's all about the packing for me, memory stick.
Memory stick for the Rev. Interesting. Lou.
Oh, it's a onesie for me.
Onesie for you, of course, of course. I really hope you win.
Thank you.
Shall we start?
Let's start.
Play round 1 today on Thursday's House of Games. It is... highbrow, lowbrow. What we're going to do now, we're going to go down the line. I'm going to give you each 2 questions, and the answers to each question is the same. If you get it from the first question, I'll give you 2 points. If you get it from the second question, I'll give you 1 point, OK? Lou, here's your highbrow question for 2 points. Yeah. Derived from that of a character in Shakespeare's The Tempest, what is the name of the 5th largest moon of Uranus? You're going to say it out loud to the class.
It feels like it's something like...
You can have a free guess, because you're going to get the second question anyway.
But I don't know it. I think...
You can pass if you want.
Iliad or no...
Iliad?
Iliad, yeah.
We'll ask you the lowbrow question as well. It's got the same answer. See if you want to stick with that or change your mind. So for 1 point, in which BBC sitcom does the title character's mum, played by Patricia Hodge, use the catchphrase, such fun?
Yes, Miranda.
Is it Miranda? It is Miranda. That's the answer to both those questions. 1 point for Lou. Well done, Richard.
Hello.
Here is your first question. This is for 2 points. The area of which polygon can be calculated by multiplying the base by the perpendicular height, then dividing the product by 2?
I'm going to say a pyramid.
Pyramid, you're saying.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. Here's your lowbrow question. The answer is the same. See if you want to stick with pyramid or change your mind. Which 1980s TV soap was set on a ferry travelling between Gothenburg, Amsterdam and Felixstowe?
It's a triangle.
Triangle.
Yeah.
The right answer, Richard. Very well done. Triangle answers both those questions. 1 point. Dr. Maggie, here is your highbrow question. What was the surname of James Abram, the 20th President of the United States, who died in 1881?
Gosh, 20th president. I'm trying to think of presidents. I should just name a president of that era. Let me see. It's Jefferson, Johnson. It's... I don't know. I think I'm going to have to go for...
Going to pass and just go for the lowbrow?
Yes, I think I was going to go for the lowbrow.
Okey-dokey. For 1 point, answer me this. What lasagna-loving cat lives with John and Odie?
OK. Oh, yeah, Garfield.
Garfield. James Garfield, the president, and Garfield the cat. 1 point.
Long live lowbrow.
Yeah, there you go. Stuart, are you going to be the first person to get a highbrow answer in this round? Here's your highbrow question for 2 points. Which Leonard Bernstein opera, a sequel to his work Trouble in Tahiti, premiered in 1952?
Now, this is going to be silly, but I think it's completely different Bernstein and not even an opera, but I'll say On the Town.
On the Town,
Yeah.
says Stuart. Let's see if you want to change that answer when you see your lowbrow question. In which 2018 film does Emily Blunt play a woman living in silence to hide from monsters?
Oh, it's called A Quiet Place.
Is it A Quiet Place? Is that the answer to both those questions? It is. Well done. Lou, one for you now. In 1858, peasant girl Bernadette Soubirous is said to have seen a vision of the Madonna in which town in the Hautes-Pyrenees?
Yeah, I don't know at this stage.
OK, so
Champs-Élysées?
Champs-Élysées, you're saying? Here's your lowbrow question. What is the first name of the daughter Madonna had with fitness trainer Carlos Leon?
Lourdes.
Lourdes.
Lourdes, yeah.
Is that the answer to both those questions? Of course it is. Lourdes or Lourdes. Richard, for 2 points, what is the answer to this, please? Which Roman general, nicknamed the Great, was defeated by Julius Caesar at the Battle of Pharsalus in 48 BC?
I think it was Pompey.
Think it was Pompey?
Yeah.
OK, I can think of a lowbrow.
So can I, would it be with
Have that
Portsmouth
answer?
Football Club?
Could be, couldn't it?
Let's cross our fingers.
Cross our fingers. So Pompey says, Richard, you agree at home? Let's take a look. What's this lowbrow question going to be? Is it about Portsmouth? What's the nickname of the South Coast football team we play at Fratton Park?
It's Pompey.
Pompey for Portsmouth and Pompey for the first question as well. Very well played. 2 points. That's the way to do it. Maggie.
Yes.
It's your highbrow question for 2 points. The cycle of plays, including Earth Spirit and Pandora's Box by German dramatist Frank Wedekind, are known collectively by the name of which of their characters?
I must be. I haven't heard of the dramatist, so it's based on Pandora's Box. No, I don't have. No,
No.
I don't think I don't think I can even
I'm going
guess
to pass that. Let's go with the lowbrow question. Which pint-sized Scottish singer appears as herself in the Ab Fab film?
I haven't seen the film, but pint-sized Scottish singer. I'd say Lulu.
Is it Lulu? Is that the answer to both those questions? Well done, Lulu. Stuart, to finish the round, what's the answer to this, please? In Greek mythology, Daphne is turned into a laurel tree to escape the attentions of which god?
Well, I'm just going to say a name. It's not going to be right, this, because it's the wrong sex. The only thing I associate with Daphne is Ariadne, but that's not a god, is it? I'm going to say Ariadne.
Ariadne, says Stuart. Let's take a look at your lowbrow questions. Got the same answer? What was the first name of the boxer who beats the title character in Rocky?
I've never seen any Rocky movies. Zeus.
Is it Zeus? Anyone else? Richard.
I think it's Apollo.
It is Apollo Creed and Apollo. Very well done. This is a great round for Richard. We should just have asked questions. Let's take a look at the scores at the end of round one. Very, very good round for Richard, that one.
Yes.
Here's how it's looking. Stuart, you have 1 point. Lou and Maggie, you have 2. Richard, our leader, with 4 points. Well done. Round 2 today is distinctly average. We played this one before. Now it's a pairs game.
Yes.
Person in last place gets to choose their partner. We've had 4 days and we've had 4 different people in last place. Today it's you, Stuart, for the first time. Who would you like to team up with? Is there anyone you haven't been with?
Richard.
Should we do that?
I think we should do that.
So Maggie and Richard, if you change seats, please.
This is my worst one, you know that. And it was only because of the choices of Lou that we...
Listen, you know how this works. We're going to ask a series of questions. You both write down an answer and we're going to take the average of your two answers, OK? Let's take a look at your first question. In metres, what is the total length around a standard UEFA-regulated football pitch?
Are we talking perimeter?
That's around the perimeter of the pitch, yeah.
OK.
How many metres? If you go to football a lot, there must be ways and means of trying to work this out. Lou, what have you gone with?
2,200.
2,200. Just over 2 kilometres.
Now when you say it like that...
It sounds more, doesn't it?
It sounds too many.
Maggie, gone up or down?
Well, I reckoned, I don't know, see, the size of a football pitch, but I reckoned 100 metres either side, about 50 across, so 300.
300,
total.
300. Interesting. So your average is 1,250
I'm so sorry.
metres. Richard, what's your thinking? 464 metres. Stuart, up or down?
I've just realised that I've made a mistake.
Uh-oh.
But, because I reckon it's about 120-ish by about 80, but unfortunately, I should have done that twice.
Oh.
But even so, I'm hoping that Lou's estimate was so outlandish that this still keeps us on the money. 200.
200, says Stuart. So your average is 332. So the average is 1,250, just over a kilometre, or 332. Let's take a look. What is the total length around a standard UEFA-regulated football pitch? 346. Very, very impressive. Here's your next question. According to the Office for National Statistics, how many different baby names were registered in England and Wales in 2017? So that's names which are registered on birth certificates. Different spellings of the same name count as different names. Everybody is locked in. What do you think at home? It's a tricky one, I think. Richard, you're the one with the most experience of different baby names, with christenings and what have you. How many have you gone for?
I've gone for 2,324.
2,324. Stuart, what have you said?
I've gone for something very similar, 2,000.
2,000. Let's take a look at your average, Stuart and Richard. 2,162 different baby names in the UK. Lou, what have you gone?
I went for 80,000, and then I went for 17,000, and then I settled on 7,000.
So 7,000, you're saying. That could be it. That could be right. Maggie, are you happy with 7,000?
You know, you went for 80,000 and you crossed it out because you thought, that's way off.
No.
Well.
Uh-oh.
Brace yourselves. I went high, to say the least. 150,000.
150,000 different names. You know what? Sometimes answers come up on this round which are so wildly above what you think.
We had one.
This will have to be pretty wild, I think.
Let's take a look at your average. 78,500. So we're going 2,000 versus 78,000 here. So how many different baby names were registered in England and Wales in 2017?
This is so great.
Whoa! 63,000! Oh my goodness, amazing!
Wow.
That's amazing. Maggie, you know, you took us to the stars there. That was fantastic.
Wow.
What about that as a partner?
That's amazing.
63,000.
Let's go through these.
And my first answer,
Starting with
80,000. I should have started with my
your first answer
instinct.
was 80,000. You felt a fool. Very well done.
well
Great
done.
work from
You see,
here in seat 1 and
we
2.
doubted you, but actually you were on
Yeah.
the numbers.
You really were. Yeah. I mean, you were wildly wrong.
I know, I
but
was. I know, so
Yeah.
it was the combination
Fortunately, you
that
both
worked.
were. It's beautiful.
Quite.
Let's take a look at your last question. How many patents did American inventor Thomas Edison own, either singly or jointly, for his inventions? Maggie, we'll start with you. What do you think?
I think it's busy. I've
Yeah.
gone for I've gone for 213.
213 patents.
Yes.
There's Maggie. Lou, higher or lower?
118. 118.
118. 118. So the average we're going for there for Lou and Maggie is 165.5. Richard, what are you saying?
5,126.
Really busy.
Really busy.
5,126. Stuart?
I think he was busier still.
Okay.
I think you underestimate how hard-working that guy was.
Uh-oh.
10,000.
10,000. OK. Richard and Stuart, here is your average, 7,563. Let's take a look. How many patents did American inventor Thomas Edison own? Who's won the point? 1,093. Very,
So
very
busy
well
but not
done.
that busy.
Both teams terrifically wrong. You are less wrong than the gents there. Very well done. Well done if you got close to that one at home. It's the end of that round. Maggie and Richard, if you'll swap places, please.
Come on, back you come.
Oh, that's nice.
Should do a dosey day.
You've learnt a bit from Strictly, haven't you?
I have. Let me tell you, it's all about motion.
We won Strictly.
For such a short period of time, because Oda was really bad.
Let's take a look at the scores at the end of round 2. On Thursday's House of Games, we've had 3 different winners this week. Are we going to have a 4th? Here's how we're looking. Stuart, you have 2 points. Lou and Maggie have 4 points. Richard just up in the lead there with 5 points. Well done, Richard. 3 rounds to go. Let's play round 3, which is Z to A. I'm going to show you 3 clues at a time now. One thing links them. You just need to tell me what links them, please. But the clues are only going to appear 1 letter at a time. So, here's your first 3 clues. What connects these 3, please? Yes, Stuart.
They're all trees.
They are you, Hazelmouth Ash. Well done. What connects these 3 clues, please? Yes, Lou.
Well, they're all the same letter apart from 1 letter at the start.
I cannot accept it, I'm afraid. Richard.
They are all dynasties in Chinese porcelain. They're all Chinese dynasties.
You were more specific than we needed there. They are actually Chinese dynasties. Very well done. Here's your next set of clues.
I love this game.
I
It's a great game.
Yes, Lou.
No, I was going to say planets. They're not. It's not.
They are not planets, I'm afraid. Oh, Richard beating Stuart to the buzzer again.
They're all puppets.
Are they all puppets?
Oh, well done.
Basil Brush, Fleet Norville. They're all puppets. Well done if you said that at home. What connects these 3 clues, please? Yes, Stuart.
These are all positions in netball.
Let's fill them in.
Brilliant.
They are
Wow.
goal defence, wing attack, goal attack. Okay, Stuart. And netball positions. Well done if you said that at home. What connects these 3 clues, please? Yes, Stuart.
These all provinces in Mexico.
Are they all Mexican provinces?
So good.
Yeah.
How's he?
That is quick. All Mexican states.
Wow.
Yeah. Tabasco, Chihuahua, Yucatan.
Is anyone going to mention witchcraft?
What connects these 3 clues, please? Yes, Stuart.
Oh, I'm wrong. I was going to say they're all flowers.
Are they all flowers?
That's what I was going to say.
They are
No.
not. Maggie.
All types of skirt.
Are they all types of skirts? They are pencil, tulip and maxi. Well done. Here's your final question in this round. Fingers on buzzers. Last chance to get a point. What connects these 3 clues? Stuart.
They're all ballerinas, prima ballerinas.
Are they prima ballerinas,
Or
ballet
ballet dancers.
dancers? Yeah, Margot Fontaine, Nanette de Valois and Darcy Bustle. They are. Well played, Stuart. Well, that was a surge, wasn't it?
Oh,
Very well
a
done on
surge.
that round. 2 rounds to go. Let's take a look at the scores now. Stuart was in last place. I suspect he is not anymore.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Lou, you have 4 points. Maggie 5, Stuart 6, Richard 7. So close.
Yeah.
Exciting, isn't it? Next round. Shall we do next round?
yeah.
Let's do it. Very, very close. It's been close all week. 3 different winners. Our next round is... I'm terrible at dating.
Could be written for me.
I'm terrible at dating. Take out your tablets, please.
Ooh. Like the tablets.
All that happens now is I'm going to give you some events from history. You just need to write down the year in which they happened.
Okay.
OK? And the
Goodness.
person who gets it closest wins a point.
Okay.
In what year did this happen, please? The first men's Oxford and Cambridge boat race is held. Lou, when have you gone?
All the threes, 1733.
All the threes, 1733, says Lou. Richard, what do you think?
1859.
1859. Maggie?
I've gone from 1896.
1896. And Stuart?
I've gone for 1848.
1848. OK, so 3 19th centuries there and an 18th century. What have you gone with at home? Who's going to win themselves a point? In which year was the first men's Oxford and Cambridge boat race held? 1829.
Oh.
The point goes to Stuart Maconie. Well done, Stuart. Next question. What year did this happen, please? William Wallace is executed. Richard, we'll start with you. When have you gone?
1300.
1300.
So lunchtime.
Yeah,
Just after lunch.
just after lunch.
We're just stopping in the middle of the Aggie drawing and quartering for lunch here. We've got his leg off. We'll have to wait for the other one.
Maggie, when have you
I think
gone?
I'm probably too late. I've gone for 1550.
1550, about 10 to 4.
Tea time.
We could carry on doing this for the whole. Bit earlier than Richard. I'm guessing 1220.
1220, just when bargain hunt starts. Lou, where have you gone?
Hip hip hooray yesterday.
Lou's gone yesterday. It's at time of recording.
At this stage, I'm just having fun.
Yes, I think that might not win. But you never know. If it was sometime in the 18th century, you're laughing. So 1300, 1550, 1220, and yesterday, says Lou.
I've given up.
Lou thought this was the Beatles round.
Let's take a look. In what year was William Wallace executed? 1305. Reverend Richard Coles within 5 years. Very impressive. Thank you. Let's take a look at this next one. Give me the year this happened, please. Helium is first discovered on Earth. Maggie feels a bit of pressure on this one.
Yeah.
It's pretty sciencey.
It is, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty spacey.
Oh, sorry.
We'll leave Maggie till last, I think. Stuart, when have you gone?
It was kind of a sciencey time, I think. 1775.
A lot of science going on in 1775. A lot of science going on. Lou, what have you said? 1730. A lot of science going on in 1730 as well. Richard.
1798.
I love that we're all coalescing. We're all thinking, I've got a rough idea when helium was discovered. Maggie, does this come from any area of knowledge, or are you guessing as well?
No, I'm guessing too.
OK.
Yes. OK, I've gone for 1750, somewhere in the mid.
I love the scores. This is really, you know what? It just shows an awful lot of respect between our 4 competitors, this. I like it very much. It's going to be hard to work out who's won, though. When was helium first discovered on Earth? Let's find out, and let's see who's won the points. 1895.
Wow.
1895. So that is Richard again. That is the end of that round. Tablets away, please, everybody. Let's see what it's done to the scores.
Yes.
It was super close before that round. Lou, you have 4. Maggie, you have 5. Stuart, 7. Richard, you have 9 points. Our leader. One
Not
round
for long.
to go.
I've peaked.
Stuart won on Monday, Richard won on Tuesday, Maggie won on Wednesday. Richard in the box seat on Thursday. Let's take a look at our final round. It is, as always, Answer Smash, and it's going to decide who wins Thursday's House of Games. Fingers on buzzers, please. Point for a correct answer. As always, the only round on House of Games where you can lose a point for an incorrect answer. Let's take a look at your first category. Thespians. The pictures will all be thespians. There'll be a clue underneath. Smash the answers together. Very best of luck to all of you. What is the common name of the chemical often used to bleach hair blonde? Yes, Stuart.
Billy Piper peroxide.
Billy Piper peroxide is the right answer. Billy Piper and peroxide. Well done. Next, thespian. In the stories by Beatrix Potter, Peter Rabbit's sisters are Flopsy, Mopsy and who? Yes, Stuart.
Andrew Scottentail.
Is it Andrew Scottentail? Well done. Andrew Cottontail. Well done if you said that. Andrew Scott and Cottontail. Someone pointed out, and it's quite right if we keep that picture up, that Andrew Scott looks exactly like a mix between Ant and Dec.
It's true.
He really does, right?
He does.
I mean, spookily so. Next category. Vegetables. Who plays the title role in the 1994 film Muriel's Wedding? Yes, Stuart.
Tony Collette.
Is it Tony Collette? Good, you know. Well done. Potato and Tony Collette having a great round,
Vegetable
Stuart.
thespian thing I'm good on.
Yeah, you love that. You love that
Look at the
combination. Next vegetable, please. Which anti-war slogan credited to Allen Ginsberg is now widely associated with the hippie movement? That is Stuart.
Cauliflower power.
Is it cauliflower power? It is cauliflower power. Cauliflower and flower power. Next vegetable. By what name is Japan known to its native speakers? That is Richard.
Turnip-on.
Turnip-on? Turnip and nip-on. You're absolutely right, turnip-on.
Yep.
Next category. Oh. There will be no more categories. That is the end of the round, the end of the show. Who has won Thursday's House of Games? Let's take a little look. It is Stuart Maconie by 1 point. Very well done.
Thank you.
Stuart takes his second show of the week. You also get your second prize of the week. You took home a lovely smoking jacket on Monday. And I think this is the prize you've been hankering after all week. Am I right?
I've got my eye on that fondue set.
Stuart Maconie walks home with a House of Games fondue set. Congratulations. So, what a week we're having. 1 day to go. In 1 day's time, we find out who walks home with that trophy. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands on Thursday. Lou, you have 5. Maggie, 9. Richard, 13. Stuart, 14. Don't forget, Friday is double points Friday. 8 points for a win, 6 points for second, 4 for third, and so on. Very well played, Stuart. Well played, everybody. Super close week. Anyone could win. See you for the final time here, same time, same place tomorrow. And we'll see you as well on Friday's House of Games. That's the happiest you've looked all week.